Peace, love, unity, and success to the multitude. Again, hallelujah. Palms up to the multitude. I hope you all are blessed. This is part two to the first part that I just finished doing, and I was explaining Vice Lord. In order to accept us and understand us, you must have knowledge of us. And in order to have knowledge of us, it is important that you gain knowledge from real members, not not the Federal Bureau of Investigation, not Google, not YouTube, not people that find us fascinating, and things of that nature. There, it is vital that if you seek to learn and understand Vice Lord, it's vital that you understand that from Vice Lords, and not just any Vice Lords, but the sincere and dedicated members to those sincere and dedicated members that actually believe, study, and walk the path in which was laid to us throughout our teachings. You see what I'm saying? So as I continue, um, as we go into 2025, I've taken it upon myself to step up and teach not just the membership itself, but the public itself about who and what we are, because I know and I understand the division in the politics and different things that may take place when it comes down to taking us from the first step to the second step on to whatever step is needed. I understand that, and I understand that majority of the younger generation, this present day generation, with them learning and trying to get to the next level of loving the fact of being Vice Lord and taking pride of being a Vice Lord. Many of the only places that they have to gain truth is through Google, YouTube, and other platforms such as that. These platforms at times have small percentages. Well, I'm gonna say have large percentages of truth, and they take those large percentages of truth and they mix it with false narratives. They'll mix it with uh, the vices of individual representatives of the organization, rather than mixing it with, deciphering the real from the fake based off of our literature. Okay, the next thing that I want to point out is the fact that many members many members see our literature as divine truths, which they are. Many individuals see our literature as sacred truths, which they are. But when it comes down to the level that we're at right now, at this point in time in society, there is no such thing as something hidden when it comes down to a secret. Nothing is hidden anymore. Everything is on. Everything is on these phones right now. You can Google what you want to Google. You can find it if you know the proper question to ask. You could find anything on these phones right now. So therefore, there is no such thing. You have many brothers that are stagnate the next generation by saying, "Man, you can't put this on social media, or you can't put this on Google, or you can't put this out there," and this stagnates this next generation, because this is a digital generation. This generation is not finna go sit down in the park. They're not finna go sit down in the park with you, and you're not finna sit down and write a whole bunch of literature and give it to them for them to go home, sit down and study. They're catching emails. They're catching things. They're catching the literature through their emails. They're catching literature through their Facebook inboxes. They're catching literature through their Instagram and things of that nature. They're also catching. They're also learning more about our history by these gangland documentaries, by these Facebook groups. They're learning more from YouTube documentaries, from people that may become fascinated by our culture, our Chicago urban street tribe culture, and they'll take these newspaper articles, these federal indictments, and things of that nature there, and they'll combine them into our history. Prime example: when you see history about the Four Corner Hustler Vice Lord, what you see is all of these documentaries about Angelo trying to blow up the police station and things of these nature there. And a lot of these things are false narratives when it come down to Four Corner Hustler itself as an organization or as a precinct and branch of the Vice Lord Nation. Okay, what this is that one particular brother who has done whatever he has done, and ones take that and they fuse it with the organization and make it seem as if the organization was based off of doing things of this nature or things of this magnitude, and in reality, it's not. You see what I'm saying? So, and this is the same thing when it comes down to looking up these federal indictments, because they get the name in so many different names, and they get to speaking things about our chain of command and things of that nature there, and it might even have certain leaders. Okay, but that does not what's the word? That does not uh, that does not mean that the whole organization itself is involved in whatever it. That don't mean that the whole organization is trying to blow up the police station. That don't mean that the whole organization is trying to sell drugs and things of that nature there. And the reason why these things come about is because a lot of time the reason why these things manifest and continue spreading as our reality is because there is no righteous representative to come and speak the truth and say that's not us, that's him. It's a difference between him, her, and us. Him, her, and them. It is a difference. You see what I'm saying? If I go sell drugs and get locked up for selling drugs, then I sold drugs. That don't mean that the entire Viceroy Nation sells drugs. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. But the thing is, we don't have no one to step forth and to explain these truths. And if we do have somebody step forth and explain these truths, we have too many negative forces and so much negative energy to fight and combat that, because it is a lot of people that like to do these type of things. But there must be somebody on the forefront to combat this. Like, for example, last night, and I was cruising on YouTube, and I come across these new documentaries that ones are steady. One of them, they took one of the documentaries and basically just gave it another cover photo, gave it another name, and posted it again, and now it's streaming it again, and it's pushing the same narratives that been pushed for the past 20, 30 years. And this is wrong. But the reason why it continues is because no one is pushing the truth. You see what I'm saying? No one is pushing the truth. Then we have various other elders that may speak on particular platforms because they may have been a part of the initial foundation. So the initial foundation may be their life. You see what I'm saying? So, but I tell those elders like this here, assist this generation by doing something for this generation for the truth. If this generation is for, and I give honor to the brother Benny Lee for doing this, because he has been doing it for a while. Uh, you know, just doing particular YouTube videos or whatever, and just speaking the truth. This is very much needed, and this is something that I'm going to start doing as soon as I touch down. As you all can see, I'm still inside these walls, but I'm doing what I can to assist these brothers in here as well as out there, and to prevent brothers from coming in. But I want to touch base with many of the elders that are still alive, because there are many elders that are still alive that has yet to speak their story, and their story has become watered down, or their story has become fictional, because the certain generations, present as well as a few past other generations, has built false narratives and reestablish themselves as whoever they chose to establish themselves as, because a lot of times ones has kept up with the social media, with the influx of social media when it come down to building and developing, you know, and a lot of these elders don't know how to do that. They don't understand the dynamics of YouTube. They don't understand the algorithm. They don't understand these things, and that's also the reason why a lot of our guys are being caught up in a lot of things because of social media, because they don't understand how it works. They're not actually studying the enemy. And when I say the enemy, I'm speaking about those that are actually against us, the oppositions that are actually against us, like the federal government that seek to destroy the Almighty Vice Lord Nation, the Growth and Development Organization, the Black Peace Stone Nation, and many other organizations that's seeking to basically reestablish themselves as righteous citizens here in on this American soil. The only way that these things could be did is by righteous individuals coming forth, taking the time out their day to just speak these truths, and to be able to speak these truths in ways for the members to understand as well as the public to understand, because the public has to understand. If I want to take pride in that which I say that I am, I need the public to understand the reason why I'm talking and I'm acting in the fashion that I'm talking. You draw what I'm saying? So with that being said, this is just part two to part one, where I'm explaining Vice Lord. You see what I'm saying? Each week I'll be doing my best to drop a video, and when I get out, which will be real soon, hopefully, they will become longer, where I'll be able to actually break things down more in depth, and you all will be able to witness me as I interview other elders, and just get their narratives on how this was formed and how that was formed, and how we can merge the old generation in the younger generation to make a newer generation, a new movement, whereas no particular side is left out. But with that being said, on this holy divine day, we give special praise to Allah, Father God of the universe. On this holy divine day, we give special praise to the Honorable Pueblo and all those divine brothers and sisters that sacrifice their life for the uplifting and the salvation of this nation, man. Man, we love you, brothers. We appreciate you, brothers. All of you brothers that have sacrificed your life, whether it was with death, whether it was in incarceration. We understand you. We appreciate you all, as well as those that don't understand us. We appreciate the fact that through you, we know that we have to go even stronger. We have to go even harder. I know I do, because I know that I got oppositions out there that's fighting the truth about what the Almighty Vice Lord Nation is and supposed to be. I appreciate the oppositions. I appreciate the federal government for doing whatever the hell they're doing, that lets me know that I have to go a little bit harder. I have to study a little bit more in order to educate my brothers, to keep my brothers out of y'all way, because I do not want my brothers inside of these. I don't want my brothers inside of these things here. So on this holy divine day, we say a special prayer for all of those, not only all of those divine brothers that have sacrificed and lost their life for the uplifting and salvation of this almighty Vice Lord Nation, but as well as all of those divine brothers and sisters that are still here today, fighting and striving to live these truths, to walk these truths, and to stand upon these truths. It's many brothers I can get the naming, but I will continue naming. I just want to build a platform where you brothers can actually reach out, learn, study, and build. But with that being said, I ain't want to make this video too long. With that being said, peace, love, unity, and success to the multitude. Lord, love, peace.